My answer was to be as honest as I can. So whether that's you think I'm mixing it up a bit or trying not to answer a question, but the honest answer, and I try to compare it to a Daniel Pratt who's done so much preparation in trying to get an interview versus a coach who, for the first time, is getting asked these questions, who hasn't thought about it too much at all. I'm trying to get my head around the fact I haven't done any preparation. My message was trying to say, as soon as it gets to my mind, I push it away, and horses the same, because once you start thinking about it, you can't stop, Goss. And it's all consuming. And then you start researching lists and who you're going to bring with you and all these things, the culture, what would I do differently? Am I up for it? What's my family doing? What's school doing? What's my house? And I just haven't allowed myself to think about that because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. To say, would you take the call? I found it really difficult because, what does that mean? It's really trying to say, would you coach again? And I haven't allowed myself to even think about it. And that's the honest truth. Like, why would you lie about that? That was what I was trying to project. I think I did a reasonable job of it, but obviously some people weren't happy with the way I answered the question.
As a coach with a record of a premiership, would you want to go into the mix of being talked about by a club, or do you want to be approached? Because the Sydney Swans approached Matthew Pavlich for the CEO job. He didn't contend with against anybody else. Do you want to go through a process?
No, I don't want anything. I'm not after anything. I think the question you're asking is a really good one. How do clubs approach the next coach? Do they go to a hit list? Here's a number one, and we're going to go down. Or are we going to get the top 3 coaches we think are a good suit, and they're going to present? Or are we just going to go apply if you want to apply? And then West Coast, what they did, they got a headhunting organisation to scout assistant coaches around the league for leadership and culture and that sort of thing. So there's so many different ways, Goss. Every club is different. So what Melbourne are doing, I've got no idea. I haven't spoken to Melbourne. I don't know what they're talking about.
You have not spoken to Melbourne?
No, that happened 24 hours ago.
Yep.
The sacking. So they're probably working through, okay, what are we doing now? And how are we going to go about it? And once they do that, then that'll be their decision. So it doesn't matter what I think. It's what the club wants to do.